Welcome to People in Perspective. My name is Ella Rios, and this is my guest, Mary Vasquez. Hi, Mary. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
So I wanted to talk a little bit about your restaurant and how you became involved in the restaurant business. So when and how did you get started with that?
So my dad had a restaurant, and we, as growing up as children, there was 5 of us. We all had to work in the restaurant on the weekends or summer break. So we got involved that way, and also I do love it. I love people. I love being around people. I love talking. I love creating stuff. So I kind of stuck to it. The rest of my brothers and sisters did not. I'm the only one that stuck to it.
How many siblings do you have?
There's 5 of us, 4 girls and a boy. I'm the oldest.
What was your dad's restaurant?
He had Archway Inn, and then he was in Cicero. He had the Caravan Motel, the restaurant. He ran that for 10, 15 years. So again, we were like 10 and 12 years old, and we'd always, after school or on the weekends, we'd help Dad out and we'd work. And I remember climbing on a little milk crate and flipping the burgers or the pancakes on the grill. So it's fun.
Did you have any formal schooling for business? Or?
No, never did. My parents were super, super old-fashioned. They didn't believe in education. They didn't believe in, us getting an education. So the highest I went was like grammar school. So I kind of self-taught. Played around with recipes, played around with the food, and I enjoyed it, so I stuck to it.
Other than that, did you have any other experience before you started Mary's Morning Mix-Up?
Just hands-on, just working with my dad all summers, or at home with my mom, cooking, because we'd cook for the family. So that's pretty much it.
What would you say would be one of the biggest challenges of running Mary's Morning Mix-Up?
My biggest challenges would be possibly when I first opened, because I was a small business. Also being a woman, I had hard times. And also being so young. My first business I opened up when I was 23. So, and I had that for 17 years. Then I moved on and I came over to open up in Brookfield, Mary's Morning Mix-Up.
And what do you think would be your greatest setback?
My greatest setback? Help is hard. Finding good help, that sets you back a little bit. But other than that, there was really nothing that sets me back or holds me back from anything.
And your greatest success?
My greatest success is being where I'm at today, working so hard. My everyday challenges, running a restaurant, and not having the experience, not having the education, but being able to accomplish everything I have done up until today is my success.
And how would you describe a day at your restaurant?
Okay, starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. We start with our baking, the cinnamon rolls for the day. We do scheduling. I have inventory control every day. I have deliveries coming every other day, so we have to check in deliveries. Bread orders that come in every day, check in the bread orders. I do catering, so getting all the catering orders in line and make sure that we have enough help and enough staff to cover that. Then the baking end, I do the baking because right now I don't have a pastry chef. So trying to get all that in line and figuring out different themes for different holidays and different stuff to bake. So yeah, that's kind of my day.
And do you help with any of the cooking or baking?
I do all the baking. The cooking, I have an amazing staff in the back. I've trained them all. They're all my recipes, so they're able to cook everything. I don't have to cook unless something drastic happens and somebody doesn't show up. Then I will. But other than that, no. I have an amazing team back there.
And what would be your favorite part of running Mary's Morning Mix-Up?
My favorite part is coming up with all the different specials, the different holidays, the different themes. Right now, of course, we have Halloween. This past weekend, we did taffy apple pancakes.
Ooh.
We did. We did monster pancakes, and we're also doing pumpkin pancakes with the cream cheese topping. just creating different stuff and different ideas, and getting everybody to sample them, and that's what I love doing. That's my favorite part.
And baking is sort of somewhat of a chemistry, and have you ever had any mess ups?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It was when I started making cookies. I didn't realize that you cannot measure your flour in your measuring cup. It took me a couple tries, but I figured it out, and I was like, okay, I get it, I know. But other than that, no, that's the only mess up. I redid the order, like baked it over and over until I finally figured out what I was doing wrong, why this wasn't working. So no, that was the only one.
And what would be your favorite dish on Mary's Morning Mix-Up?
My favorite, well, I have a couple. My very favorite one is my Portobello Benedict, and then my other favorite one is my donut pancakes. That I came up with when I had gone to Florida, and we ate at some breakfast, and nothing really tasted well except it smelled like donuts in there, and I thought, when I go back home, I'm gonna go back into my kitchen and figure out how to make donut pancakes, and that's pretty huge. I love it.
How do you get inspiration or ideas for making new foods?
Believe it or not, when I go to bed, I think about it. And when I wake up in the morning, I've come up with different ideas, different recipes, and different thoughts that I'd like to try.
And you do a lot of themes for holidays, and you do lots of different decorations and stuff for the restaurant. How do you figure out what to do and when to start doing it so it's not too early or too late?
Well, usually, like right now for Halloween, I'd like for all of us to be ready by October 1st because we have so much going on, and there's so many decorations. This way, all of our customers get like 30 days to come and see them, and they have enough time. Same thing with Christmas. December 1st, we are ready. Everybody's in elf costumes till the 25th. This way, it gives everybody like 25 days to come and see our restaurant, see our staff that are dressed up as elves. October, we're going to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So that'll be fun. That's what we're working on right now.
And are you Snow White?
Yes, I am. It should be a very fun week.
And your dad, he mentioned that he he had a restaurant that you worked at. Is he proud of how far you've come?
He is, but he's retired now, and he's moved back home. He's moved back to Europe, so I don't get to see him as much. But he is proud. They're all proud of how far I've come and how successful I've become.
And you said that one of your greatest setbacks was being a woman in the business. How has that affected you?
Just to be more cautious. Everything that I do, I have to double check and triple check and make sure I have contracts and signatures for everything. Just because they think you're a woman, you don't know, or they can get this by you. And I've had some issues with my contractors when I did build Mary's Morning Mix-Up.
And how long did it take for you to get all that through and build the restaurant?
The build out took over a year, which it should have only been like 6 months. It took us over a year because the contractors were, slacking off because I didn't sign a contract because I trusted them. So, but it all worked out in the end.
Has business been good since you opened 3 years ago, I think?
Yes, November 3rd will be 3 years for us. It's been amazing, tremendously, I can't explain it. It's just awesome. Every year we're getting busier and busier. We picked up, we get new customers every single day. Our Yelp ratings are super high, so everybody goes to the Yelp ratings and then, comes out to visit us.
Well, this has been lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm Ella Rios, and this has been People in Perspective.